the Mountain.
Welcome back to King of the Mountain. In tonight's race, we have a Chevy Citation.
What the heck is that?
It's a car, 2D. It's a car. Our first driver of the night is Ronan.
The Barbarian.
I think it's just Ronan.
The Barbarian.
Not a barbarian, but he is driving in a BMW M3.
As barbarians are known to do.
Are they now?
Yes, they are.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
It's not an insult, it's a fact of life. Next up, we have Fern from Redondo Beach, California.
Fern is driving in a Audi Sport Quattro and represents for the Fumo Diecast racing team.
Fumo.
Don't even try to figure it out.
F-U-M-O.
Next up, it's Dan Deering in the Chevy Citation.
So that's a Chevy Citation.
Yes, it is, in all of its glory.
You know what? I kind of like it.
Well, you must have a thing for bad cars.
Hey, I have good taste. Who brought the Fiero to this channel?
My point exactly.
It's a great car.
And last up, we have Woo Song from Singapore driving in the Toyota Celica 2000 GTR.
Woo Song driving for the MMJW team.
Don't try to figure out the initials.
Mickey Mouse.
No.
Jabberwocky.
Here we go. The drivers are lined up for the first of 4 races. Top driver in points advances on to King of the Mountain Season 4, Tournament Number 1. Ronan in the blue BMW M3 starting in the pole position. Fern taking the lead in that blue and black Audi after the first turn, sliding around the big 180.
It looks like Ronan is slowing down traffic.
He had the fastest pre-qualifying time in this group, but right now Fern is leading the pack through the parking garage. Dan Deering gets the overtake on Ronan.
Go Chevy Citation, go!
Wow, Ronan just fell apart on that race.
That's barbarians for you.
We're still missing one driver down here at the finish.
There it is.
Woo Song has crashed in the Toyota Celica.
Our first DNF of the night.
Let's go to the replay. Right there you can see Woo Song hits the side wall, pops that car up, and then slides down the road.
But now look at that red Chevy Citation driven by Dan Deering as he overtakes Ronan in that BMW on the outside of that turn.
I gotta say, the Chevy Citation beating out the BMW is pretty impressive.
I think I may have found my new favorite car.
The car was so bad, GM got sued by the US government.
So what? The Pontiac Merritt got sued by Ferrari.
That's because they pretty much copied the 308.
Getting sued is like a badge of honor. Chevy must have been doing something right with that Citation.
Well, they certainly gave it the right name. Here we go with race 2. This time Fern with a strong lead here in that Audi Sport Quattro. Fern looks unstoppable out there.
And Ronan looks very stoppable.
Fern spins around.
Oh yeah, that must be a crazy Jimmy fan.
Fern now driving in reverse, I guess to see where the competition is.
They are way behind.
And Fern takes the win on race 2. That's 2 in a row for Fern.
Whoa, that was a close one.
And there's Ronan in the garage, just pulling over.
Hey, you know what? You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to pull over to the side when the race is done.
Well, he would at least got 1 point if he made it to the finish line.
But then he would have came in last.
Well, a DNF is even worse.
I think it sounds better to say you got a DNF than to say you came in last place.
Well, strategically speaking, it's much worse.
But
that was an impressive maneuver by Fern. Apparently the competition is so slow, Fern is doing trick maneuvers just to stay entertained.
I'm sure Crazy Jimmy is in his cafe right now with a big smile and a thumbs up.
Jimmy definitely inspired a generation of diecast racers. So far, Fern has a big lead here, 10 points. Dan Deering in second with 5. Woo Song has 3, Ronan with 2. Woo Song out in front, followed by Fern. Dan Deering in distant third, and Ronan is way behind.
Did someone forget to tell Ronan this is a race?
He's driving like it's cruise night at a car show. Meanwhile, we got a fight for first.
Woo Song getting pushed around.
Woo Song wins the exchange and will take the win on race 3.
Here comes Dan Deering in the Citation. Where is the BMW?
I'm guessing he probably stopped somewhere to eat.
Well, that is going to be a second DNF, but you still can't say that he came in last place.
Because he can't finish, which is infinitely worse.
It's all in how you look at it.
Well, he's certainly last place in points. He only has 2, compared to Fern, who has 13. Here's the replay of that exchange between Woo Song and Fern. Woo Song in the white Toyota Celica. Right here, you'll see Woo Song pull to the right. Fern tries to pass on the inside. Woo Song pulls hard to the left to block, which ended up being successful, giving Woo Song the win on race 3. Woo Song now has 8 points. That's 5 points behind Fern. Basically, Woo Song needs to win this race and have Fern not finish at all.
Pop those tires, Woo.
Okay, we are not encouraging sabotage.
Hey, this is King of the Mountain, whatever it takes.
And they're off for race 4. Dan Deering starting in the pole position. in that red Chevy Citation.
Let's go, Dan. You got this.
Well, mathematically, Dan does not have this. He cannot win at this point.
Well, then do it for the glory of the Citation.
Daring swerving out of control. Woo-song passes. This might be the break Woo-song needs. Whoa, no. Woo-song loses control.
Wow, that was sad. Wait, here comes Dan Deering. Yes! Citation for the win.
And he stops.
Oh.
Some contact in the garage, and no one's going to finish this race.
Wow, so much action, multiple passes, and no one makes it to the finish line.
You know, sometimes that happens in racing.
Dan Deering almost got the win in that Citation, too.
We're going to restart the final race, but first let's see what went wrong. And I think it's the fact that Dan Deering chose to bring a Chevy Citation to King of the Mountain.
What? That's arguably one of the best things that's happened to King of the Mountain.
Well, his performance in that car has been lackluster, to say the least.
Well, it's not over yet. We're going to rerun the last race.
Dan Deering can't win. He's 6 points behind.
Well, he should get a bonus point for something.
That's not how it works.
Oh, come on. Give him something.
Look, honestly, I think Dan Deering needs to get a citation for bringing that car here.
Wow, a real Citation hater.
While this mess gets cleaned up that was caused by the Citation, we're going to go to break.
That was not his fault.
Welcome back. Here we go with the restart of race 4. Fern has a 5-point lead over Woo-song. Both drivers starting in the back row. Dan Deering in the pole position.
Citation owners of the world, send Dan your positive energy right now. We need a win for Team Citation.
Dan Deering in lead, followed by Woo-song. Ronan gets overtaken by Fern.
Come on, Citation.
Dan Deering's off the road.
Come on.
Woo-song now in the lead.
Why?
If Woo-song wins this, he may have a chance. If Fern gets a DNF.
Whoa, he's sliding around.
Will Woo-song get lucky?
Here comes Fern. Rolling through crazy Jimmy style.
Woo-song gets pounded at the intersection. And just like that, Fern will take the win. 16 points over Woo-song's 13.
Okay, I think this whole time, Ronan's been trying to figure out how to get into that car show.
Now that you mention it, I think you're right.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Oh yeah, it appears Dan Deering has ran into the patrol car, making him our second driver of the season so far to get his car impounded.
Hey,
good job, Dan
it's
Deering.
something, you can't win them all.
Let's try to see one more time what happened to Dan Deering in the Chevy Citation.
The steering on that car doesn't appear to be very good.
Well, that car actually has a tendency to lock the rear wheels when you apply the brakes too hard.
Oh, I see.
So the car would end up skidding right into whatever you're trying to avoid.
Kind of like Chevy's version of the Mustang.
No, the Camaro would have been... Well, okay, I see what you're trying to do there.
I think someone's going to be in trouble. I hear the cops.
It appears Dan Deering is getting an actual citation from the police for driving recklessly in his Chevy Citation.
Wow, the irony.
Fern will advance on in the Audi Sport Quattro to King of the Mountain Season 4 Tournament Number 1 and is currently qualified in 9th place. If you enjoyed this race, hit that like button.
And be sure to smell some cheese.
Until next time, I'm 3D Botmaker.
And it's your boy 2D.
And you've been watching
King of the Mountain.